Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Adamawa. On News Across Nigeria today, one day after an attack on a mosque in Mubi, the Adamawa state governor appeals to residents to help security operatives with information. Yobe government seeks ways to eradicate environmental hazards. And federal government denies giving surveillance contracts to all producing communities. Welcome to the program that brings you news from the length and breadth of Nigeria. The governor of Adamawa State, Mohammed Jibrila, is appealing to residents to assist security agencies with information on any security breach in their areas. The appeal is coming less than 24 hours after suicide bombers detonated explosives in a mosque at Mubi, killing more than 20 worshippers who were observing their morning prayers. The governor, who is out of the state on official duty, has also sent a delegation to Mubi.
Tuesday's terror attack on Mubi community in Adamawa State leaves behind a tale of sorrow and perhaps a big blow on the fight against terrorism in Nigeria's northeast. Survivors of the deadly attack are still in pain, and bodies of more than 20 victims of the attack already deposited at the morgue. They say it's one attack too many, shaking the soul of Mubi community and leaving behind a wound that might take a while to heal.
In our record, we have 23 diseases, which people that lost their lives, and we have 46 casualties from bed. They have referred to Federal Medical Center, Yola 15, and others are taking medical treatment here.
There are conflicting casualty figures, but officials of the National Emergency Management Agency and health workers at the hospital put the record straight.
The hospital records and from records from the health sector working group and an personal evaluation which we have conducted with you people around here, we have 21 registered dead. Then we have over 20 who are injured. Those that fall within the serious injury category were moved to Federal Medical Center, Yola. They are 8 in number.
We admitted about 53 persons that were involved in the bomb blast and 5 corpses from the scene of the blast, but we don't know actually how many people lost their lives at the scene of the blast. But we know that those that were evacuated from the scene of the blast were 5 that died, and we also lost 3 on admission, making 8.
A government delegation headed by the state deputy governor, who's also from Mubi, is here, first to commiserate with the people, assess the level of damage, and then see how survivors are responding to treatment.
I want to appeal to the people of Mubi to be very patient and calm, to take heart. And the next thing is to ensure that we have security arrangement properly in place, especially when people are entering mosque. They should be screened properly, even mosques and churches and public places.
There must be communal vigilante activities. Now, once you see a stranger within a community, you need to alert either the Miungwa or the Hakimi or the relevant security agency. What we had today were those 2 people that came in were strangers. So government cannot do it alone. It needs collaborations here and there.
Mubi, just like many communities in the northeast, has suffered several terror attacks. But with this latest attack, all the people are asking for is better security, protection of lives and property, and forestall unforeseen attacks.
In the meantime, an official of the Federal Road Safety Corps has been killed by suspected kidnappers along the Kaduna-Abuja highway. The late Ado Njiga, who was a Marshal Inspector 1, was murdered while traveling from Kaduna to Abuja in a commercial vehicle. FRSC Sector Commander for Kaduna State, Umar Ibrahim, who confirmed the incident to our correspondent on telephone, says 2 other marshals were abducted. The 3 FRSC officials were traveling inside a Golf Saloon car to Abuja at about 6 a.m. on Tuesday when their vehicle was intercepted by the kidnappers at Rijana area of the Kaduna-Abuja highway. And a committee working to combat environmental degradation in Yobe State is carrying out an enlightenment campaign in Yobe South Senatorial District to stop the menace. The committee is also seeking partnership with residents of Sabongari in Nangere to tackle desert encroachment, deforestation and erosion, among others.
Yobe State in northeastern Nigeria is located mainly on the dry savanna belt and is prone to deforestation, desertification, and other environmental hazards. As part of efforts to curtail these challenges, the State Committee working on combating environmental degradation is seeking partnership with communities in Yobe South Senatorial District through an enlightenment campaign. And to encourage the fight against environmental hazards, the committee is giving out seedlings to communities to encourage planting of crops to conserve the ecosystem for better productivity.
This volatile situation has therefore paved way to desert encroachment, land degradation, and siltation of river banks, and consequent negative effect of promoting poverty, retarding agricultural activities, and socio-economic growth and development of the people and communities in the state.
This is not the first time the committee is launching a campaign to mobilize residents to partner with the government in the fight against environmental hazards. The traditional ruler of Nangere, Mohammed Grema, commends the state government's efforts.
These are the little effort we have been doing all along since 2009 to 2013. At the same time, we have a prepared program that we want to go on follow. So it's coming now with the state government and Uber Forum. We feel that we are feeling the state government to look at this our program and see ways where they can come in to support us so that we can continue the good work we have been doing to our people.
The advocacy is fast spreading to other communities and senatorial zones within the state, and hopefully Yobe State will see improved efforts on the part of residents to preserve their environment.
To politics now, the newly re-elected governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has received his certificate of return from the Independent National Electoral Commission in Awka. The governor arrived at the INEC office in company of his wife, Ebele, the chairman of his re-election planning committee, Victor Omei, traditional rulers and other party faithful. The INEC resident electoral commissioner in Anambra State, Mr. Nwachukwu Oji, while presenting the certificate of return to the governor, explains that the certificate is not an end but a means to an end. He encouraged him to ensure that he delivers his electoral promises to the people of Anambra State in order to rekindle their hope in democracy. Governor Willie Obiano was re-elected on Saturday, November the 18th for a second term in office in an election that has been adjudged free and fair. And still ahead on news across Nigeria, the Action Democratic Party says the federal government and INEC should critically monitor the conduct of elections at the local government level. Join us again.